Hi everybody, welcome back to WCTV. We should have some more fun this week because we're going to talk Cavs and my picks in the NFL playoffs because why not? Why not? Alright, first things first as always, your Cleveland Cavaliers. How well have they been doing? Well, that's some of the core, I should say, the Cavs from left to right. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Kevin Love. Team stats for those good old Cavs so far: 111.5 points per game, shooting 48.2% from field goals, 31.5% from three-point land, 42.5 rebounds per game, 23.6 assists per game, 6.5 steals per game, and 4 blocks per game. So not too shabby for those Cavaliers, I must say. So those Cavaliers were wrapping up their West Coast trip out there, including games against Portland and Minnesota. Against Portland, it was a 119-113 win. Donovan Mitchell had 26 points, Darius Garland 20 points, 10 assists, Jarrett Allen 24 points, 10 rebounds. How about Damian Lillard? 50 points, oh ye gods, for the Trailblazers, but wasn't enough. Jeremy Grant, 22 points. And Portland went for almost the entire game, and they were up by 14 at one point. And then they saw that lead of theirs disappear. Cavs against the Timberwolves was a tough 110-102 loss. Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley combined for 19 points and 8 rebounds each. No, they had 19 points and 8 rebounds each, excuse me. And Darius Garland with 15 points. Anthony Edwards, 26.7 assists. Naz Reid, 17.7 rebounds. And Cavs were winning for almost the entire second quarter and almost the entire third quarter, and out a 14-point lead at one point. Next, Cavs against the Pelicans. Cavs won that one. The game right there on your screen. 113-103. Darius had 30 points, 11 assists. Jarrett, 24 points, 11 rebounds. Evan Mobley, 19 points, 8 rebounds. C.J. McCollum, 25 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 22 points, 13 rebounds. Pelicans led for most of the game, and the Pelicans' largest lead was 13. Looking at the standings right now, Cavs are tied for 4th with the Nets. Boston out to a comfy lead in the Eastern Conference. If the Cavs drop 4 games, they will most likely be in the the play-in tournament. Because right now, number 7 Miami is 9 games out of those Boston Celtics. Those good old Cavs are 5 games out of the Eastern Conference. And 3 games ahead of the Knicks for the number 6 seed. So far it's been a good season for Cleveland. Can't complain, can't complain. Meanwhile, the Cavs play the Grizzlies tonight. That's going to be tough against John Morant and co. They are on a 10-game winning streak, the Grizzlies. Oh, ye gods. That's right. And John Morant having a monster season. They're half a game out of the lead for the Western Conference. So there is that. And Donovan Mitchell won't be playing. I won't be surprised if those Cavs lose, unfortunately, today, which would definitely be a stinker, but who knows? Maybe they'll win. Time to go to Tommy's Picks recap. That's right, time to talk about Tommy's Picks, how I fared last week. In boys basketball, the Hornets, we took a tough loss in overtime, 62-61. Saw a giant fourth quarter lead disappear. Third quarter lead disappear in the fourth quarter, and it was rather frustrating to see. Someone took down Brunswick 68-55. Medina beat Euclid 67-51. Mentor beat Strongsville 79-60. St. Ignatius took down Hoover 49-42. Walsh Jesuit takes down Lake Catholic by a final score of 71-49. Notre Dame Cathedral Latin beats Padua 83-68. And Archbishop Hoban won an overtime game against Benedictine 57-53. Green took down Jackson 55-53. Avon Lake beat the Olmsted Falls Bulldogs 64-42. Revere 74, Aurora 54. Revere looks like they have the American Conference all to themselves by now. Talmadge beat Barberton 55-43. Norton beat Woodridge 49-45. And last but not least, Cloverleaf defeated Field 47-42. Time to look at high school girls basketball. Highland against Aurora. The Highland Hornets go to Aurora and pick up a win, 49-29. Gilmore Academy takes down St. Joe's. How about that? 44-41. Elyria Catholic beat North Olmsted 67-31. Stowe takes down the Twinsburg Tigers 47-23. Magnificat, the Blue Streaks, took down St. Vincent St. Mary 41-39. And Walsh beat NDCL 76-45. Chardon beat Mayfield 57-34. Riverside took down Ordonia 55-34. And Strongsville doubled Mentor's points in a 68-34 beating. Solon beat Brunswick by 12, 61-49. And Midview, oh ye gods, that game was ugly against the Elyria Pioneers, 54-13. And Avon took down Steele 56-48. Roosevelt beat Revere 44-42. And Cuyahoga Falls trounces Firestone 61-26. NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. It was rather super, I must say. 49ers beat the Seahawks after struggling in the first half. They will be playing the Cowboys in the divisional round. They won 41-23. And the Chargers choked away a 27-point lead. Good Lord, how do you choke away a 27-point lead? You held a commanding lead at halftime, 27-7, up 27-0 earlier in the half, and that disappears. I mean, it doesn't help when your kicker misses a 40-yard field goal wide left, but still, that is frustrating if you're a Chargers fan. And I think the Chargers got rid of their offensive coordinator as well, because Justin Herbert just sputtered out in that entire second half.
At least they don't have Dallas's kicker. Good.
Yeah, they don't have Brett Maher. We'll get to Brett Maher later. Bills beat Free Willy and ended their season 34-31, what had to have been one of the longest games I have ever seen. It took about 4 hours and it didn't even go into overtime. The Giants took down the Vikings, not to my surprise, however. I knew that the Vikings were frauds, 31-24. Kirk Cousins can't play football past 1 o'clock. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by now. And if he does, it's pretty impressive. The Bengals beat the Ravens 24-17. Thanks to a giant 98-yard touchdown fumble recovery that gave them the lead, and the Ravens had the ball with, 2 to 3 minutes left, and they got all the way up to the 25 on that and tried a desperation Hail Mary on the last play of the game, which went in and out of the fingertips of one of their receivers. Oh, that poor man. But yeah, now on to Brett Maher, who went 1 for 5 from extra point land. 31-14. He was pushing them all wide right on Monday. All of them were just slicing to the right. You just watched it and you're like, oh my God, he keeps on missing. He keeps on missing. It was so weird to see. 31-14 was the final, however. He's very lucky that the Cowboys won that game. And if he missed that other extra point, it would have made a difference. Tom Brady continues to look like he is old. He gave up his marriage just to play really terribly this season. Congratulations, Tom Brady. I hope you're happy about it. In boys basketball, I won 11-3 with 12 points. Girls basketball, 9-5, 10 points in. Perfect record in Super Wildcard Weekend. That's right, 6-0, 8 points in Wildcard Weekend. Now time to look at Tommy's picks for this week, because why not? Why not? Highland against Talmadge. I love my Hornets. I think we've been having ourselves a not too shabby season, but we've dropped 5 out of our last 7. And I don't think we're going to beat Talmadge, unfortunately, on Friday. And it's going to be frustrating to see. Hopefully we do. Hopefully I'm wrong, but considering how things have gone lately, I am a little concerned. Green against Stowe, picking the Green Bulldogs to beat the Stowe Monroe Falls Bulldogs. That's right. Battle of Bulldogs, Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme. VASJ playing St. Ed's. St. Ed's is undefeated. They will continue their undefeated season with another win. And then Willoughby South against Benedictine, picking Willoughby South. Walsh against NDCL. I am picking Walsh Jesuit. Mentor against Euclid, picking the Cardinals. Brunswick against Euclid, I'm picking Brunswick. And then my lock of the week, Holy Name against Lakewood. Holy Name is also undefeated. They have had themselves a dandy season so far. They're like 13, 14, and 0. And I don't see them stopping anytime soon. They might run D2. Valley Forge against Buckeye, picking Valley Forge to win that. Brookside against Keystone, picking Brookside. Midview against Olmsted Falls, my pick goes with the Midview Middies. Steele will be my upset against North Ridgeville. Elyria Catholic will beat North Olmsted, and Copley will take down Aurora in boys basketball. Now time to look at high school girls basketball, including a big game tonight that, ironically enough, I will not be covering because of frustrating reasons, but because BW is actually playing John Carroll today in women's basketball. But yeah, we play Copley in what should be a huge game. And I can't wait to see who wins it. And I think we're going to win it. I think we're going to get revenge for that game earlier this year. I think we can pick up the win. You never know what can happen. I really do think we can win that game. And then Brunswick against Strongsville, picking the Blue Devils. Olmsted Falls against Midview, picking Olmsted Falls. Steele will beat, Olmsted Falls against Midview, picking Midview, excuse me. Steele will beat North Ridgeville. Lock of the week is going to be Lakewood over Valley Forge. Buckeye will lose to Normandy. And then a battle between 2 Avon schools, Avon against Avon Lake. Avon Lake should win it. Fairview against Westlake. Here's an upset. Westlake is going to win. And then North Olmsted against Rocky River, picking the Rocky River Pirates, I believe. Yep, I think that's it. Elyria Catholic playing Bay, picking Elyria Catholic. Cleveland Central Catholic, Elyria Catholic against Bay, excuse me, picking Elyria Catholic. Magnificat against Padua, picking the Blue Streaks. I don't like the name Blue Streaks, because that's also John Carroll as well. Cleveland Central Catholic against Lake Catholic, picking Lake Catholic. Chagrin Falls against West Geauga, I'm going with the Tigers. And Streetsboro against Field, picking the Rockets. NFL divisional round, oh my goodness, we only have 7 games left in the postseason and the NFL season. Holy cow, it's almost over, and it feels like it just got started. That's what the NFL season does for you folks. Chiefs against the Jaguars. I think that the Jaguars Cinderella season ends this Saturday when the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes give them a slap of reality. But how nice would it be to see those Jaguars beat the Chiefs, because that would actually be cool. They continue their improbable season. And Doug Peterson or Brian Dable will win Coach of the Year. And speaking of Brian Dable, his Giants are going up to Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Eagles. And I think their Cinderella season's also going to end as well. I'm picking the Eagles to win it. But hey, if we recall, back in 2007, the Giants were a wild card team. They go up against the Cowboys in the divisional round, the division champions that were supposed to be really good, and they upset them. Then, of course, they go to Lambeau in what would be Brett Favre's final game as a Packer. They win that game, and then, of course, arguably the biggest upset in NFL history when they upset the undefeated Patriots. And then 2011, they did it again, except they were a 9-7 division-winning team. They beat the 15-1 Packers in the divisional round, beat the Niners in the NFC Championship game in San Fran, and then, of course, beat the Patriots again, albeit not as big of an upset. So you never know. I mean, yeah, it's not Eli Manning, it's not Tom Coughlin, but Daniel Jones and Brian Dable seem to be the perfect couple out there in East Rutherford. Bills against the Bengals. Honestly, the Bills didn't look that good against Miami. And the Bengals, of course, they didn't look that good against Baltimore. But I really think that the Bengals are going to win because they know how to win playoff games, as we saw last year. And then the 49ers against the Cowboys. You know how many conference championship games the Cowboys have gone to in the last 25 years? That's right, 0. And it will stay 0 because the 49ers and Brock Purdy will win. If the Cowboys win, that will be... What? Sorry about that. If the Cowboys win, that would be real...
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? I couldn't... Jimmy Johnson, yes, the former coach for them and also coached at Miami University, won some national championships there. I don't like Miami as a Notre Dame fan. But yeah, Cowboys aren't going to go far, that's for sure, because they're the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott can't get stuff done in the playoffs. But they did win their first road playoff game since the 90s last Monday, so you never know. You never know. And the 49ers are on Mr. Relevant. But then again, they got Debo, they got Christian McCaffrey, they got Nick Bosa, they got a lot of talent out there. So that means it's going to be a rematch in the, AFC Championship game. Chiefs-Bengals once again at Arrowhead. And then the NFC Championship game, it's going to be Eagles-49ers, which are two of Terrell Owens' former teams. First two teams, I believe. Of course, he graced the cover of 2K5 as an Eagle, which, as we all know, is the greatest football video game of all time. But enough about that. We have 7 months to go till high school football returns. I know, are you counting it down? I know I am. I'll be really counting it down once the baseball season is over on the high school level. 7 months to go till we play the Hudson Explorers, the reigning National Conference champions, against the reigning American Conference champions. That will be a lot of fun. It'll be at North Gateway Tire Field. My little brother is going to be in the marching band for Highland, hopefully, that year. Or, yeah, he'll be a freshman next year. So his first game that he gets to march in might be the biggest game he ever gets to march in, at least biggest regular season game. Should be a lot of fun, Highland Hudson. Well, of course, that won't be for a while, and Tommy's picks will probably go away soon because, unfortunately, the basketball season is winding down. That is very unfortunate. We are towards the second half of the regular season. And, of course, the NFL season almost done with, of course. Jim Schwartz to the Browns. Yes, Jim Schwartz, the new Browns defensive coordinator. How about that? I think he can do well. I mean, he was the Lions' head coach once upon a time, but then again, they were the Lions. And he goes from one bad football spot years ago, Detroit back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I think 2009 he took over, and then goes to another terrible spot, i.e. Cleveland. All right. So I think that's all the time we have left for the Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. So I hope to see you next week, and so long, everybody.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.